What's up, y'all? This is my 2013 WRX. We're going to be replacing these tail lights. Right here I got the Spec D all red tail lights. As you can see, they look pretty nice. I was pretty happy when I got these. I'm going to be taking y'all through the installation process. Now this is a plug and play kit. However, it did end up being more work than I expected. It's not just going to be a simple remove and replace as expected. And I'll take you through that process here in this video. These are the inner tail lights. And here we have a wiring kit with some instructions and a ballast. I'm gonna go ahead and start moving this trim. It just all pops off pretty easy. It's all just clipped on, so just give it a tug and it pops it right off. Alright, here you got those two outer nuts that are gonna come out. Bulb. You got one nut in there. It's kind of hard to see. It's pretty dark. I'll shine a light here in there soon so y'all can see that better. But it's right up in there. Now I don't remember if these nuts are an 8 or a 10. But for the most part, you're going to need an 8mm and a 10mm with an extension to get the hardware off for the inner lights. Alright, and here is that 10mm nut or 8mm nut that I was talking about. Right up in there, don't forget about this one. Alright, and then it should just pop right off. And there it is. Outer tail light, we got 2 bolts right there on the side. Then you're gonna pop it off with the plastic trim tool. Make sure you're using a plastic trim tool. There's a little clip you have to slide it off of. I'll show you that here in a minute. Here's that plastic clip. You're just gonna have to slide the tail light back off of it. Here's your instructions and wiring kit. It came with 2 wiring harnesses, both the same. 2 ballasts, also both the same. Now, I will say my biggest complaint about these tail lights is that the instructions they provide you are just absolutely useless. They're really no help at all. They're just kind of generic instructions that they, I guess, print out with their products. You kind of have to figure out where everything goes by yourself. But no worries, if you're interested in getting these tail lights, I'll tell you how everything gets wired up. But yeah, they basically just tell you to seek professional help at this point if there's something that the instructions don't cover, which the instructions don't cover anything. Fortunately for me, I am a professional, so we're gonna go ahead and proceed. Alright, so it looks like this this connector right here coming out of the taillight is for your ballast. And then it looks like this long wiring harness is going to go from the outer taillight and plug into the inner taillight. And once I figured that was going to have to be part of the installation, that's when I knew that this installation was going to just take way longer than expected. And I'll show you why here in a minute. So I kind of just wired it up over here, and as you can see, since it has to go from the outer taillight to the inner taillight, the only way to do this properly is to run it through the body of the car. You could run it through this weather strip, but it's just gonna look really ugly. You're gonna have wires hanging down whenever you open and close the trunk. It's just not gonna look right. It's gonna look bad. So you're gonna have to run it through this grommet, run the harness through this grommet, and through the body of the car. Yeah, so at this point, I already knew this installation was gonna go from 20 minutes to a couple hours. But yeah, the best thing to do is run it through these grommets right here. Fortunately, there is one on each side. Now, I did take this floorboard out, and if you own one of these vehicles, you know that's pretty simple. It's not really anything too much to do there. I thought you would have to take this out, but you actually don't have to. You actually don't even have to take out the floorboard. So just go ahead and pop these off, and this is going to be the hardest part of the installation. You're going to have to just run this harness through this little grommet, and that's going to be probably like the hardest part. However, it is doable. Just take your time, guys, because if you cut this grommet, you will have a water leak in your car, and you don't want to have a water leak. So take your time, don't damage the grommet. Just take your time and just slowly work the harness through. And as you can see, I already got it pulled in or pulled through. And just pulling it through didn't take that much time at all. Just be patient, and you'll have it through it pretty quick. And then once you have it through, it just slides through the grommet pretty easily. You're gonna have to run it up here through the lift gate. The good thing is they gave you plenty of slack to do, or plenty of wiring harness to do this. So they probably did know that you had to run it through the lift gate and body to do this installation properly. So you have plenty of slack in the wiring harness. I'm just gonna go ahead and connect it just so I can kind of get an idea how much slack I need. And to run it through the body, actually wasn't so bad. So all I had to do was remove this upper C pillar trim. There's just 2 screws right here. Now I did take this lower screw on this bottom trim down here, but it turns out I actually did not have to remove that. And I'll show you why here in a minute. Basically, this top trim piece, it sits over the black one, so there's not really any reason to remove the bottom one. I just kind of pop this back just far enough so that I can run the harness through the back of it, and just about that much is all you really need. You don't have to remove the whole thing. You just need to pop it back. Alright, and at this point I'm gonna go ahead and start feeding the other side of the harness through the body. Alright, here we go, just running it through. We'll go ahead and pop this grommet off, just so I can kind of see where it's gonna come from. We're gonna feed it through there. Now this right side is a little bit more work just because of this seat belt. Make sure you run the harness behind the seat belt. Alright, and just feed it down through here. Eventually you will see it. I don't know if you can see that, but you can kind of see just a little bit of the harness hanging down there. I found that it's best to feed it through this area right here, down here. And then once you see it, you can go ahead and pull it through. I kind of just reached in there with my finger and I was able to pull it through. Alright, now you're going to start cutting this tape off the grommet. I'm going to be using a razor blade just to get the tape off. It actually does have quite a bit of tape. But a razor blade will make quick work of that. Start pulling your harness through. I want to have this look as OEM as possible, so that's why I'm running it through the grommet. If you did want to save some time, I guess you could cut the grommet. A little silicone will help slide this thing on super easy. Same thing with the top ones. Alright, next up I'm just gonna clean up an area on the body right here where I can tape the ballast. You definitely don't want to have your ballast inside the car. They get hot, and plus if you tape it up on the inside and if something happens like the ballast goes bad, you want it in a spot where it's easily replaceable. So for me, I think I'm gonna just stick it on right here on the bottom portion of the body. Now, it did come with 3M tape, so it was pretty easy to stick on. Just make sure that it's on a flat, even surface. Now we're just gonna tape up our grommet again. Make sure you do this because if you don't clean up your area, then you could also have water come in through the grommet. So I'm gonna wrap it up with some electrical tape. And then after that, you can go ahead and start installing the light. That main connector is gonna go to the body side harness. And then we're gonna hook up our ballast. And then our wiring harness from the outer tail light to the inner tail light. Make sure you get this little pin right in that hole right there. It slides right through there. If you don't, then your tail light's gonna be sticking out. At this point, if you haven't done so, you might want to do a test run on your lights. Make sure that everything's good. I already kind of pre-tested it, so I'm gonna go ahead and just complete the install. At this point, you can go ahead and just make your wires look neat. I'm gonna be zip tying them to this harness that's already on the vehicle body or liftgate. Quick shout out to my bro-in-law helping me do the video editing for this. Alright, and then we're just gonna pop this trim back on. It all just clips in pretty easy. Make sure you push in all around it to make sure it's clipped in. And then the other pieces just kind of clip in pretty easily. It's all just push clips. Make sure you go back and inspect your work. As you can see, I forgot to put this grommet in, which would have caused a big water leak. So just go back and make sure you pop these in. Some silicone helps getting these back in securely. Alright guys, and here is the finished product. They look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with these. Here's a nighttime view of the lights. Honestly, the video doesn't really do these lights enough justice. They actually look really good in